day in crypto. The price of Bitcoin is holding above a critical level as fear continues to spread in the markets. We could be in for a big price move. Cardano has a massive update for scalability. India may not be out of the woods yet with this central bank. Another Bitcoin crash theory and all of the latest news from cryptodotcom. The Cryptolark. This is where you subscribe for all of the hottest and the latest happening out there in crypto land. Now let's go ahead and dive straight into the charts. Bitcoin, it is still holding just above the mega trend line over on the daily. This has held for the last 5 years. Now, if we zoom in a bit here on this chart, you can see that we have had a couple of wicks that have moved under this trend line, but that the candles are all still closing above this trend line. Now, this line is critical. If we keep above this line, then markets should move forward rather nicely. Painting candles under this trend line, though, that could lead to a lot more pain in the market. Personally, I would really like to see the price of Bitcoin get back over that 200-day moving average. I'd feel much safer up there. That to me would signal that we basically have a much stronger market structure in place than what we see right now. So let's watch for a move up to 8,600 to cross us back into that more definite bull territory. But if we don't pick up the price to that level and we do break down lower, then keep an eye on 7,650 as a last line of price support, which is right, of course, around that trend line. And after that, a final line in the sand before all hell breaks loose will be the 100-week moving average, which right now is around the $7,200 mark. After that, basically the great abyss of price, drawing us down as low as the 200-week moving average around $5,400. I don't think we're heading there. I obviously hope we're not heading there. But in this market, with all this fear and uncertainty going around, anything is possible. Personally, I'm hoping that we maintain above this multi-year trend line and that we do bounce from here. Now, one technical indicator which is looking very interesting, though, is the head and shoulder pattern. Now, we've got two of them that we're keeping an eye on. And we're kind of in this battle between the two of them at the moment. You can see here in blue the head and shoulders. Now this is one that has played out and has brought some very bearish price action into play. This is a very recent event. But if we flip that around and have a look here at the inverse head and shoulders that is marked on this chart in orange, which is a bullish setup, then we could be heading for some very positive price action. If this plays out, it could send the price of Bitcoin up to around even $14,000 before the Bitcoin halving. Now, I do see this as being possible since in the next few weeks, a lot of the current panic that we're seeing in the market will start to subside, and those gain-starved investors, they're going to be looking for places to put their money, and some of them will pile into Bitcoin again. But I want to know from you, what do you think about the price of Bitcoin? Are we heading lower from here, or is it about time for a bounce back up? Let me know what you think down below in the comment section. Also, if we zoom out a little bit here, Bitcoin is still up around 10% this year. The S&P 500, it's down 13.5% so far this year. The Dow Jones Industrial Average, down over 14%. And yet, if you were to probably ask a lot of professional financial advisors out there, they're probably telling people to buy more stocks. And that Bitcoin, oh, that's so scary. Scary Bitcoin stuff. Trust yourself. Remember to see the big picture. We are in extraordinary times right now for global markets. But remember that Bitcoin fundamentals are the same as they've always been. In fact, they're getting better all the time. That Bitcoin tends to rally exponentially after a halving event. Don't get shaken out. Okay, moving on. I'd like to thank Cryptodotcom for sponsoring today's episode. So here is a bit of a recap of the top Cryptodotcom news for the week. So for Cryptodotcom users in the USA, you can now do mobile payments using your Cryptodotcom app. This allows you to easily and to quickly use Apple, Google, or Samsung Pay to make payments. Of course, it'll be compatible with most devices used in most shops. This really opens up payment options from your Crypto.com app in a much bigger way, and just another great innovation to see coming from Crypto.com. This week we have crypto native travel company Travala, which has teamed up with Crypto.com for extra rewards. So when you are booking a hotel using Travala and Crypto.com Pay, you will get 10% crypto back on your booking. That is sweet. Nothing like getting free money. And of course, the ever cool Plan B promo campaign continues around the world with Plan B billboards and tube ads in locations all around London. The picture here is just some of the different tube stations where the ad has been featured. So Oxford Circus, St. Paul's, Canary Wharf, Shoreditch, Holborn. A lot of different places around London where you can see these Plan B ads. By the way, as part of the Plan B promo, Crypto.com is giving away $3,000 in Bitcoin over on Twitter. In fact, they do regular giveaways for crazy amounts of crypto all the time. So make sure that you are following them over on Twitter so you know when those giveaways are happening. And finally, a reminder that the syndicate sale for Tezos will be taking place on the 17th. You can get a 50% discount off on Tezos. It's a wildly awesome opportunity, so definitely something for you to check out over at cryptodotcom. There's a link down below where you can get more information about crypto.com or head over to their Twitter page where you can follow along for all of the latest updates. Okay, now moving into our first big story of the day, I want to play this short clip for you from a mainstream news channel. These guys, well, you'll see.
Commission level.
Dan, is this all a lot of hooey to you? You
more important is blockchain technology, right? How businesses are using blockchain. I mean, Bitcoin or any of these other coins are just a manifestation of a technology. Whether we care about it, do you use Venmo? I mean, people use Venmo right now. They can move their money around. It's not that big a deal. Do we really need Bitcoin? I'm not a drug dealer. I'm not worried about moving money.
You're saying the world's got it already. We already have effective
We have
way to
many ways to move money around. I don't know that we need to be able to hide ourselves.
These guys, it's watching propagandists at work. It's almost something magical to be able to just, turn that part of your brain off. Anyway, I want you to remember, anyone telling you the blockchain, not Bitcoin mantra, those people are not to be trusted. Also, that little drug jab they put in there, these guys, they're either so out of touch with reality or are just lying and knowing propagandists, because Bitcoin transactions for illicit purposes only account for around 0.1% of all Bitcoin transactions. We all know that cash is king for drug dealers, but this guy is not going to sit there and say, well, I don't hold any cash because that's for drug dealers. Come on. I just played this little clip here for you as a reminder. Remember, no matter what you do, never trust the media. They have one job: to misinform you. Remember, war is peace, freedom is slavery, and ignorance is strength. Next, I have a great bit of insight from Raoul Pal, the CEO of Real Vision. He tweeted out that hedge funds may have liquidated some of their Bitcoin long positions to reduce portfolio risks. Silly guys. Obviously, this makes sense, though, to the hedge fund manager. But I think that this has actually been something that is an underappreciated factor in the current Bitcoin price drop. We spent a lot of time back in 2019 talking about hedge funds and high net worth individuals and other big money players actually getting into Bitcoin. It's unsurprising that these big money tourists would be some of the first ones to run for the exits at the first sign of any real trouble in the markets. The clever ones, of course, will stay because Bitcoin's up 10% this year while everything else is down massively. But many of these traditional players, they're adding sell pressure at the same time that we see the Plus token scam cashing out and big crypto whales splashing around trying to manipulate the markets even more. So obviously, it's no surprise that Bitcoin has taken a big tumble with all these massive forces acting on the price. And for a little bit of a more lighthearted story for you, Akon's first dApp has been announced for his Acoin project. It's called BitMinutes. It's a platform that tokenizes mobile airtime. A coin will be able to be swapped for tokenized airtime or the BMT tokens, which can then be traded for real airtime to either top up a mobile or as a way to easily swap value with someone by trading those tokenized minutes. This is all part of the overall vision to bring a stable and trusted digital currency to Africa, which has obviously, as we've covered at length on the show here, for far too long suffered from many weak and overinflated fiat currencies and a really fractured continental approach towards interoperability of finance. This has been a big hindrance to economic activity across the continent and has been a barrier for regular people all over Africa to be able to access financial services. Akon, man, I love it. Akon's crypto gene, it's finally becoming real. With enough willpower, anything can happen. Make a city, power with crypto, Akon will get it done. Next up is some big news from Cardano. They have just announced their layer 2 scaling solution called Hydra. Now, at a technical level, Hydra will use state channels as a second layer scaling solution for the Cardano blockchain. Thus, the state channels will, in essence, shard Cardano without actually sharding the Cardano ledger itself. Hydra will be built on top of the stake pools in Cardano, and each pool operator will thus be able to operate their own state channel, or Hydra head, if you will. Now, at this time, simulations are showing that each Hydra head can handle around 1,000 transactions per second. So if, for example, we have 1,000 stake pools, each handling around 1,000 transactions per second, then Cardano could theoretically achieve a throughput as high as 1 million transactions per second. No, I did not misspeak. You heard that correct. 1 million transactions per second. Wowzers! Hydra has been in the works for 5 years and will serve as a key piece of the Cardano proof of stake protocol. This is definitely some awesome stuff. I'm really excited to see this coming out for Cardano. I mean, Cardano, it's definitely a slow burn project. The peer-reviewed approach takes time, without a doubt. But this year, I think we will really start seeing some of the awesome things that Cardano is actually capable of, and I think it's going to surprise a lot of people. And the final bit of news for you today, it seems that India's central bank plans to fight the Supreme Court crypto ruling, which, as we all know, overturned their ban on banks being able to provide services to crypto exchanges and for regular people being able to deposit fiat to be able to buy Bitcoin in the first place. Central banks, man, can't trust them as far as you can throw them, and they're pretty heavy. Now, what a great example of just how governments are just anti-human organizations, only focused on their own sociopathic mechanisms of dominion and monopoly. Governments, man, I tell you. Anyway, so the stated reason for why the RBI will lodge a review petition over the court ruling is that the bringing back of crypto trading could pose a risk to the banking system, and this was cited as the primary reason behind the central bank's response to what the Supreme Court said. And, you know, yeah, they're kind of right. Crypto does indeed erode their authority. It erodes their monopoly on power. And this is a good thing for people. It does pose a risk to the banking system. I mean, hey, how can banks, pull our pants down and, give it to us from behind if we don't give them the power to do that? Take charge of your money. Use decentralized finance, hold Bitcoin, the Swiss bank in your pocket. The banks are in trouble. They know they're in trouble. They are on the verge of getting MySpaced by new technology. The only thing really keeping banks going at this point is men with guns and free money from the central banks. It won't last. Never does. Indians, like everyone, everywhere, want freedom of finance. Let us hope that the court upholds this decision and actually lets the free access to cryptocurrency continue in India. We do not need more limbo for the crypto markets in one of the world's biggest markets. And as a final note for today, if you are new to crypto and if you're still trying to work out all of the basics, then you need to check out my course, Cryptocurrency Explained. It is specifically designed for beginners to help take their first steps into investing in Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. There is a link down below where you can learn more. So your question for today, do you think that the new Cardano upgrade will make Cardano into a major player in the smart contract platform scene? Or is it just taking way too long for Cardano to be able to reach its mainnet with this whole peer-reviewed thing? Is it too little too late for Cardano? I would love to know your opinion down below in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I really appreciate your support. And of course, a great way to support the channel is by hitting that thumbs up button for the YouTube algorithm. That would be supremely awesome. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you are new around here. Long live the blockchain, and peace out till next time.